Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, I started my FPV journey a couple of months ago and I have really enjoyed flying the drone, and I keep on learning new things as the day goes on. So after a couple of flights around my neighborhood or on campus, I decided that it was time for me to get out there and get some of the beautiful shots that I can get. So about a week ago, I went out with both my DJI Mini 2 and the Gerprc Cinelog FPV drone. It's been quite a long time since I went out there to fly, but I've been quite busy with a lot of things on my plate. So this time around, I wanted to try it out by the sea, which was the bad decision ever, the worst decision I've ever made. But it was just a challenge that I gave myself. So as I've made mention earlier, I keep on learning new stuff about the FPV world. So I went out there to try out my FPV skills, and that's when I realized that the LS800D was the worst FPV goggles I could ever use out there, and it was now time for me to upgrade. And sorry I couldn't record any DVR footage because I forgot to take my memory card, so I was able to record the footage from the Insta360 Go 2. So let's see how it went. You can clearly see that in some part of the video I lost control of the drone because I couldn't see anything through the goggles. There were a lot of static interferences on my goggles, so I couldn't see anything, but due to the confidence I've built up over the few months, I was calm enough to bring it down and control it and land it safely without losing it into the sea. So after giving it some thoughts, it was now time for me to upgrade. So the Skyzone Cobra comes in two variants. That is the Skyzone Cobra X and Skyzone Cobra S. I went for the Skyzone Cobra S because I wasn't really going to use the DVR option. The Skyzone Cobra X has a 1280 by 720p HD DVR recording, and that of the Skyzone Cobra S has 800 by 400 recording DVR. And I was much more interested in the overall range of the FPV goggles, not the DVR HD quality, because I wasn't really interested. And most of the time I don't really record the footage on the DVR, so I went for the Skyzone Cobra S, and it was a more budget friendly. They are all basically the same, but the only difference between the Skyzone Cobra X and the S is the X records in H.264 format, and that of the Cobra X records in MJPEG. That's the only difference between the X and the S. They all have the same steady view receiver. Everything is basically the same, so why not go for the more budget friendly one than to go for the expensive one, which has a feature that I'm never going to use. I did a side by side comparison of the DVR recordings from my old FPV goggles and that of the new Skyzone Cobra S, and I really enjoyed flying with the Skyzone Cobra S because I could see everything clearly. It got me thinking how those guys using the DJI digital FPV goggles feel, because everything was very clear on the Skyzone Cobra S, but as we all know, the recordings from the DVR does not portray the real thing, what you see whilst flying. So even though there's a side by side comparison, that doesn't really show you what I really saw, but I really enjoyed flying with the Skyzone Cobra S. Steady view receiver, come on, it's one of the best I've ever used. The range and everything, perfect. It's very perfect. So I think I'll be doing more footages on this, and you will actually see the range at which I'm able to go to with this receiver. And I think that's all for this week. See you in the next one. I will leave some footages that I got from my recent flight using the Skyzone Cobra X. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my videos. See you in the next one.